Okay, well, since we're at it, maybe let's try Pioneer as well, shall we? Um, yeah, so oh yeah, and don't forget to like and subscribe. If you don't like and subscribe, you can always I mean, if you don't like, you can always unlike at the end. You can always unsubscribe at the end. But if you do it now, you won't forget. Anyway, yeah, just trying to try Krenko's Buzzcrusher in Pioneer. I don't think Pioneer is as susceptible to the the strip mine effects as modern is yet. There still could be fertile grounds, perhaps, you know, for something like this to take root. Um, yeah, I do miss the life gain from Maze Mine Tome, but I don't know. We'll see because some decks do seem susceptible to getting wildfired out. So I think we will just have to see. Um, So I did experiment with a bunch of different cards, including Mythos of Vardarok, whatever, all this stuff. At the end of the day, though, Nahiri's Warcrafting, for 3 mana, this card either just takes out a Shieldred, or it can take down stuff that has less than 5 toughness, and then you do get some value. And I just find this to be, like, the most serviceable card that cleanly enters Shieldred. So I've just like this, you know? An argument could be made that Mythos is better, but, like, if I'm trying Krenko, I think I really want to not, get a little too yeah, I don't want to get too overboard with that. I think Frostbite, Strangle, and Torch the Tower are our best 1 mana burn spells, and I do think we need about 12 of them. Bonecrusher Giant non-negotiable because it's it's a burn spell. It's also a heavy beater. We need win conditions because we don't have Seasoned Pyromancer and Pioneer. So actually, that's one thing I like about Krenko's Buzzcrusher is now we have another win con, which I like. Fable, the Mirror Breaker, obviously win condition plus card advantage plus, yeah, just everything really. Oh yeah, and if we can start, copying Krenko's Buzzcrusher, yeah, that's some good stuff. Mishra's Refresh Factory, I think, even though we don't have Delirium to work for like in Modern, it's just so flexible, so good. Still a good pitch with Fable. I just like it. I like it. I like it. I like it. It's hard to explain. I already explained Nahiri. So, okay, what I like about Frostbite, it's just basically like it's 1 mana for 3 damage, a good enough amount of the time, especially with 8 fields plus 8 snowlands. Like the thing is, it just deals 2 damage early on. It just deals with so much stuff, and then the fact that later in the game, when some bigger toughness creatures come out, like it still deals with them for 3, the 3 toughness creatures for 1 mana. It's just very flexible and nice. Planeswalkers too, of course. Strangle, of course, we can just deal with the stuff right out of the gate at the cost of it, of course, being a sorcery. But I don't think we can pass this up in Pioneer. It's the closest thing we have to something like Lightning Bolt. Yeah, this is probably the best of all these cards, despite being a sorcery. It's still just answers so much stuff for 1 mana. Can't, we don't have Flame Slash, but this is still pretty darn good. And Torch the Tower, I mean, unlike with Frostbite, there's more of a cost actually to getting this to 3 damage. On the other hand, this does exile, which is really huge against Phoenix, and sometimes there's other stuff that we need to exile. I don't know, it's just good stuff. Yeah, and so we are playing Krenko, Cleansing Wildfire, 8 fields plus Blast Zone. An argument could be made that we might want to try to squeeze Volatile Fulton here, like in Modern. The thing is, I just feel like Pioneer is a lot less susceptible overall. And while you could make the argument that we want to go more overboard, I think the better argument is we want to be a little more tapered. It is possible that Cleansing Wildfire and Krenko just it's possible maybe this is just not the direction we should go. But see, Cleansing Wildfire at only 2 mana, and the fact that the card comes into play tapped, it's just kind of neutral enough. Like it's kind of a cantrip, even if it's not really doing that much as far as pausing them out. And the fact that Krenko's Budcrusher is still a 4/4 flying trample, even if the land destruction isn't really doing much for us in the particular game state, I like it. There are other cards that are clunkier. I don't know. Anyway, let's just get to it. Oh yeah, and before we go, yeah, I think we do want Shadowspear because we actually do want some life gain for the matchups where we need to gain life. Plus actually the permanence losing indestructible is actually huge against Lotus Field, so there's that too. Anyway, I'm Lantern at a loss because in Pioneer, I just think this is hands down. I mean, there's no Relic of Progenitus. This is so freaking close. And then we have Wear Tear, and, we can even splash, because basically, I want to have a way to deal with enchantments, but I like the fact that probably in most matchups, we actually just, because there's that, what do you call it? There's that like Theros enchantment that sacrifices other enchantments. I forget what it's called, but there's that. Yeah, there's this deck that just really goes crazy with the sacrificing enchantments and stuff. It's not enchantress per se, but like anyway. So we do have the ability to splash a single planes, so we can actually get to tearing. But in a surprising number of matchups, like we just want to be casting this for the werehalf, and when we don't get 3 damage, or we don't get some of the other goodies that we can from other cards, or a cheaper cost at like 1 mana for like some artifact hate out there. Like at the end of the day, like the fact that this can just be brought in, like there are some matchups where we might not even want to bring in the basic planes. And the fact is we can bring in wear just for the werehalf in those matchups. And there's just something I just kind of like about that. This is just flexible in a way lots of other options just aren't. Plus we can even wear and tear together. This is, I think, is the perfect kind of splash card, and the perfect way we can sneak some enchantment hate in here. I mean, I actually thought about Haywire Might for a while, but the thing I like about wear tear is just the werehalf is just easier to cast, plain and simple. So I like that. Oh yeah, okay, and this might be the weirdest looking card here, but we're gonna do it. And at the end of the day, there are decks that we just need to sweep the board, and yeah, and some of them, probably something like Anger of the Gods, where we sweep the board earlier, matters more. But sometimes they have 4 toughness or even 5 toughness creatures, and sometimes sometimes we just really need to sweep the board of everything, and this also hits Planeswalkers, which we have none, which is nice. And if for whatever reason, like it's just the board state just isn't right that we can sweep, we still have the option to create 3 double tokens. So like, I don't know, this is probably going to be a bust, but hear me out, okay? I want a sweeper that can wipe the board, and I know this is probably overcosted, but we'll never know for sure until we test it. I want a sweeper that can pretty much sweep the board and can pretty much sweep almost everything that really sees Pioneer play. But I also want to have more removal for Shieldred in the matchups where Shieldred is an issue, and it is, nice that in the matchups where Shieldred is an issue, if for whatever reason they drop something else and Shieldred, hey, burn down the house, hits them both. I don't know, but hey, we'll never know how bad this actually is until we try it. Maybe it surprises us. That's happened before. Anyway, so this is the most experimental card here this time. Really, I'm just trying Buzzcrusher and the field strategy. But hey, I'm optimistic. Let's give it a try. Since I need more content, I think you're going to get the raw results even if I go 0-5. So this time I don't think I have the luxury of picking and choosing anything. I'm so behind. So we'll just have to see. All right, we be pioneering again in match 1. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Hoo. This might be, if they're playing these double-faced cards, I don't know. That might not mean anything. But we shall see. Okay, I mean, I think this is as good a time to play Den of the Bugbear. And this as usual. I hope somehow we don't get punished for not holding Torch up, but I think this is good. Let's go. Double blue. Not sure exactly what's going on here. Should I crack? Let's wait. Because if we crack and reveal like a removal spell, they might choose not to play a creature into it. I don't know. Like, the only way I feel we really get punished is if either there's a Den of the Bugbear on top, or if there's a Mishra's Research Factory. It's probably a high enough likelihood actually that maybe. Yeah. Okay. Discard, create treasure token. As you choose. Opus. Okay, I mean, fair enough. So they did play a creature, so at least this means that it's live if we reveal a, like, Torch or Frostbite or something, or whatever. And we did. The question is, I think we want Cleansing Wildfire, don't we? We could want Torch. Nah, I'm gonna go Cleansing. Instead, we'll Torch this, I guess. Maybe I should have actually Frostbited. What if this? Yeah, this is probably Phoenix. That was a big mistake, actually. I should have held on to the Torch, actually. This is probably Phoenix. I completely forgot. I deserve to lose. Sorry. I should have thought a little more. sometimes you gotta stop and think. I was kind of used to modern and just like, oh, like Murktide. Nope, it's Phoenix. I forgot. I mean, it's got to be Phoenix, although Fable is just a weird card that I normally don't see in Phoenix, but it's got to be Phoenix. It's a weird card though for Phoenix. Yeah. I mean, yeah, this is oddly a little bit overcosted for Phoenix. Plus, this doesn't actually trigger Phoenix. Maybe it's not Phoenix. Yeah, maybe it's not Phoenix, actually. I hope it's not Phoenix. It makes me feel a little better, but not misplaying. We shall see. We shall see. Should I field right now? Yeah. Okay. I guess I'll field. Maybe on their draw step, just in case. Founding Riddle. Ooh, Smarty Command. Not really sure what to make of this, to be honest. Oh, creativity. Ooh. Well, they might actually. Creativity is so weird though, because. Oh, but yeah, because they don't need the actual what do you call them? Mountains. All right, let's go for this. You know. Yeah, they don't need the. This is not a Dwarven Mine-based creativity deck. It's a treasure token-based creativity deck. Which means if it's primarily trying to flip the tokens, then I just yeah, I don't really have a lot to say about that actually. Maybe creativity both their tokens, and I could get overwhelmed with something. There's nothing really I can do about that. Okay, Gearhulk. Magnum Opus? Okay. Alright, Prismari Command. I mean, I guess there are worse things. This is not particularly a pleasant thing, to be honest, but okay. I am surprised that Gearhulk is like the most broken thing they can do in Pioneer. It's got to be more broken stuff they can do. Okay, well, okay, let's start off by Nahiring the Elemental, because let's see what we reveal off the top. If it's a red source, we can double Strangle. Let's see. You know, it's Krenko, but it's okay. It's not like we had many other options anyway. If they don't like Spell Pierce or something. Okay, I mean, yeah, it is what it is. We miss out. Mirex, definitely we want to Cleansing Wildfire that. We'll lose in 10 turns from the poison. Definitely the Gearhulk though. That's a good one. That's a good one. Alright, I think we need to hit this and see what we reveal. Yeah, unfortunately Krenko is pointless, so let's play Fable. It's just the most cost-effective, I guess. I'm not really feeling this. So it goes, right? Let's go. Let's go. A card, investigate. Oh, that's a... I might want to try this in the mono blue deck. It's very solid. Like, draw 2 cards, but spread over 2 turns. Very nice, actually. Way better than the cold card Inspiration, which used to be an old favorite of mine, way back when. Yeah, they discarded a Fable. That's not a good sign. Normally, that's one of the high-value cards that you're always trying to go for. Yeah, see, funny enough, actually, a modern, actually, like my whole strip mine, idea might be better because, let's see. Okay. I don't want to discard Frostbite because I'm gonna need another burn spell that could actually deal with that thingy, that thingamabobber. Let's do this, right? All right, let's Cleansing Wildfire the Murex. Let's see what we draw. If they finally run out of basics. Nope. I think we have to play this because we ideally don't want to have to sacrifice the treasure token yet. Yeah, there's the Frostbite, so you can double Frostbite. I guess on their upkeep, right? Yeah, we're probably gonna get countered. They got so many of these weird counter spells. We do have at least 1 mana up for some of these cards. What is this? Torrential, Gearhulk. Okay. I have a feeling Graveyard Hate could go a long way. So, I actually want to hit this before this happens. And see if they got some kind of counterspell. They don't. But I'm still kind of wondering. Confounding Brittle. It could still burn me out, so we'll have to see. Yeah, you know what? We'll see after the game, but yeah, probably Pioneer is just not. It's just not a not a strip mine effect type of eligible. Oh, look, you're gonna burn me out. Yeah. No, no, no. Don't take this. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Alright, I guess they got me. Okay, well, Graveyard Hate could help. Otherwise, I don't really know. I don't really know what I'm supposed to do because they're super susceptible to land destruction, it seems. But you know, well, we'll see. We'll see. Boo, 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 boo. Boo. No boo for you. I don't actually think they're a Phoenix deck, so I'm actually gonna. Ow, wow, wow, wow. Yeah, boo. Boo. Sorry, the bird is very, very passionate. You know, bird is passionately kissing me, actually. Yes. Okay. Yeah, birds kiss you. Actually, that's a totally a thing. I have this theory. Well, and by kiss I mean they just kind of push their beak against your nose or your mouth. For me, it's the nose. She has to yeah, kind of pick at my nose. I don't know. I hope that's not too unsanitary, but I don't know, she kind of has to have her way. All right, I'm just gonna get back, I think. I mean, I do have Graveyard Hate in the form of Lantern, so hopefully I don't need much more. Okay. Alright, I'll keep. So we have a bit more. We're a little heavier on the field side this time. Yes. Alright, let's go. Let's go, let's go, let's go, let's go. Alright, Field of Ruin, it's Cleansing Wildfire, it's most efficient use of mana, yada yada yada. I'm ready. I wonder if I should play Fable next turn or just hold up Demolition Field mana. Probably hold up Demolition Field mana if they are untapped. Because what are the odds they don't have some kind of counterspell here? I mean, I don't know. Of course, they could just play the Magnum Opus. So there's that. Magma Opus. Opus Dei. Okay. Probably should have played Fable, but most of their counter magic is relatively soft. So we do actually, you know, have some advantage in waiting. It's not his Tiebinder. What do we got going on here? Okay, just tapping for tapping's sake. I can respect. Okay, no more field targets, so good to know. Should I crack? I don't think so, because I've got a pretty obvious play next turn anyway with Fable. Alright, hope I don't get sniped for 1 mana. But this is definitely the time to play it. There's no other better line to take. I probably should have kept at least 1 mana up, but I really want to take this opportunity to get this. Okay, that's fine. So there was no playing around that one. Alright, if they creativity me. see. Let's see. Okay. Oh, a lot of basics. Alright, well, we have another Fable, so let's try it. I'm just gonna get countered, but hey. Alright, let's see. Probably they're gonna play Prismari Command. Just deal 2 and create a token. Okay. Voltage Surge, alright, fair enough. That's another option I've been playing at times. If it wasn't for Phoenix, that'd probably edge out Torch the Tower, because the Surveil is nice, but the extra damage generally more relevant, but the Exile Clause is super relevant as long as Phoenix is in the format. So let's see, 4, 5, 6, so they can't quite Magma Opus just yet. They can play Gearhulk though. Gearhulk is certainly a thing. So if they are out of basics, which I don't know if they are, at least we can force it now. For better or for worse, this is just kind of the track we're on here. Uh-oh. Oh no. Baby birdie went... Dang it. Baby birdie did you know what? Oh. Whoa. Yes. Of course, that is what babies do. Sorry, let me just give me a second. Oh, no, don't start eating it. Dang it. No, baby. Oh, no. Yeah. Okay, I gotta get back here. Okay, sorry, actually, I intended to mute, so sorry if you heard the headphones drop, but I had to throw away the you-know-what napkin. They're finally freaking out of basics. So I'm expecting probably a Torrential. Yeah, okay. That's a sweet card. But now that they're actually out of basics, well, it might not be as bad as it might seem at times. I'll probably discard the... Oh. Let's do this. Krenko, eh? Yeah, I think we'll play Krenko, because in reality, I don't think we're dealing with this at this turn. Do this. We'll play this. I guess we'll take the only passive or proactive card here. Voltage Surge is obviously reactive. So I'll have to take a good beating next turn, most likely. Nine damage. Yeah, that's a lot actually. Kind of needed to draw something. Lantern didn't show up until a little late. I feel they played their non-basic right into Krenko, because actually, maybe I shouldn't have picked Krenko because they could have played around it so easily. Yeah, in retrospect, I really should have picked Bonecrusher. Because neither of these cards have flying, and they could have, just played around this effect so easily. Okay. Alright, let's see what dreams may be crushed. Put in the battlefield tap, so we don't want to get too creative here. Question is, do I want to combine Krenko with Stomp, or do I want to just trade Chump? I think they have to hit the Kiki. I don't know. Let's see. Yeah, they have to hit the Kiki. So I'm actually gonna chump the Torrential, try to finish it off with Stomp. I mean, hopefully they don't. Since actual Lightning Bolt isn't legal, hopefully we can survive at 3 life. Much more comfortable surviving at 3 life than 1. So I think this is just the plan here. Well, what sucks is I can't finish off the Torrential now. I don't know, or maybe I can actually. Yeah, you know what? I will. I will finish it off. I just have to hope they don't have another Prismari. Interesting. Okay, I see. So they might put something else in their graveyard, but they already targeted though. Okay. What's our best chance at actually surviving? I think I needed to draw like a Fable or a Bonecrusher there or something. So I just I don't actually have a lot of ways to deal 6 damage all at once. It's a little bit of a blind spot, to be honest. Unholy Heat is not primarily well, so I think I'd have to obviously discard my Mishra research desk, but so be it. Well, okay, you know what? Actually, this at least we do live to see another day. In theory, I mean, big time in theory. Okay, do your worst, and I'm sure your worst is pretty bad for me. All right, match 2, and let's see if match 2 I can get a little more traction, a little more meaningfully with the strip mine effects, because like that last game, it just always kind of felt like we really just ended up kind of mitigating their flood. All right, well, that's a turn 1 Strangle if I've ever seen one. Unless I draw like a Frostbite or something, because then I might want to. Nope. The thing about Strangle is because like if they play another like prowess creature or something, like actually being able to deal 3, so they can't just hold up 1 instant spell. Sometimes you just don't draw enough removal spells, maybe. Well, let's see. Yeah, this is just kind of not getting there. At least we can bluff responding to this. You put a +1/+1 counter. It's way better than just prowess, but it has a target. Oh wow, this is getting a little intense. Yeah, I don't know how good Krenko is actually. It's just it's so expensive and clunky. Oh wow, pay 4 life. Gains indestructible. And Frostbite. Well, for sure we have to play Frostbite. I think at least. Ooh, this is just kind of not going to cut it, probably. So I have to try to be efficient here. Just have to try to be efficient. Let's see if they have some kind of way to protect it. The mana I just gave them. And they could just keep paying 4 life, actually. This card is very good, aggro-wise. Okay. That is quite a bit. Bam. Gains indestructible. I need to play this, I guess. I show my hand a little bit with the Blast Zone, but this is the only way to actually kind of stop the bleeding a little bit, is this potentially deters an attack. Like, Nahiri just, what is that going to get me, like, at the end of the day? I just don't think that really gets me anywhere, to be honest. At least they seem to be a bit susceptible to the strip mines, so I mean, hey, that's better than nothing. To say it's a little bit of an overstatement to say I'm optimistic, though, because I'm just not. So we'll see. Like if they attack with both, I block Shadowspear and then hope for the best. If they, I mean, at least that's what they have to be imagining that I would do. So I have to reevaluate. I mean, the fact that they're taking a while, I don't know, because you know, in theory, this could deter an attack. It might deter an attack. Yeah, it did. Okay. The target still it connives. Draw a card. Discard a card. Double strike. I think I definitely want to try to do something about that one. Spell you control. Look, I got to do this because I get the maximum looks. Probably should have actually done this to Shadowspear. Connives. So we got to torch the tower in response here. Big mistake, actually, for me, too. Not target the Swiftspear, but it is what it is. Them using Sajiri Stelter might have been a mistake, because if they Sajiri Stelter this thing 2 turns in a row, then they got it. Okay. So they're probably going to attack. Alright, I'll block this because I don't see the difference. I go to 1 unless I'm mistaken. Okay. Alright, let's see. This is Research Desk. I mean, that's a card. I think I have to Field a Rune, though, because essentially I have to try to keep them off of either 2 mana or white from Sajiri Stelter. Because they draw this, and then they just win. Oh, Sajiri Stelter. Ooh, 2 of these. I needed either another blocker or... It's just them just paying 4 life indefinitely. It doesn't seem like... I do have creatures in the deck. I do. I need to draw them, though. I need to draw them. Nahiri actually technically would have dug deeper, but is that something that actually kills? Uh-oh. I needed a Fable, I think. This sucks. Yeah, I don't think... I don't have that many ways to deal with Indestructible. I guess this is a matchup where we can try burn down the house. There's like another one called Hour of Devastation that kills indestructible things. I might need to switch to that. Like, I guess I'm just used to Modern. There's just not much indestructible stuff that sees play there. But I didn't necessarily think when I was looking through it that indestructible was like that relevant, and this has the 3 devils part, but... And also the no non-bolus planeswalker thing. I don't know how many people play nickel bolus planeswalkers, but... So... Yeah, I guess... Krenko's Buzzcrusher. Does seem like a half-decent card. Maybe I actually don't want to play Burn Down the House, actually. Yeah, maybe not, actually. You know, an argument could be made for Shadowspear, but at the end of the day, I think I just need to see my early burn spells earlier. I only had 1. Kind of caught me off guard a little bit. And now it's probably just too wildly expensive. And for better for worse, Krenko's Buzzcrusher is our only real blocker to that thingamadoodle. If we had more life total, though, to play around with, then it wouldn't have been as bad. Okay, we'll keep. Once again, we're a little light on the... We're a little light on the actual stuff here. Let's see here. I guess this is a thing, right? This is a thing. I feel like oftentimes I'm so incentivized to play Cleansing Wildfire until turn 2, though, but it generally is kind of better used on their last remaining basic, so I don't know. Ah, that card. Well, I do have Krenko, though, so there's that. Hopefully they don't just kill me this turn. Well, they don't really have a block or anything. Yeah, maybe I should have saved the Cleansing Wildfire. They do run out of basics pretty quick. Only one basic planes, I guess. Okay, Homestead Courage. Gains Vigilance on the turn. Well, we're Cleansing Wildfiring, that's for sure. I guess I have to try to just bleed out their life total. Oh, this card is something, man. It's the aggro player's dream come true. But I mean, they only have, I guess they have like 5 activations. It's a lot. But there is a limit to how much they can activate it, at least. I probably do need our Devastation. I think more and more people are playing indestructible stuff. Now, I don't know what I would necessarily take out. But see the board state here, and what I could do if I actually had Hour of Devastation. Let's see here. So yeah, so I have to actually stomp and frostbite. I guess actually I could have actually popped the blast zone, couldn't I? Well, I kind of wanted to do this though. If they stop playing lands. They got a lot of lands. Okay, well, at least I can start playing the parade of blockers. Let's just do this ahead of time here. Well, pretty much anything kills me from the Swiftspear, but I have to block this thing, and I don't know. I need Hour of Devastation. Okay, at least I can maybe stomp. I think I need to play Nahiri. I need to play Nahiri. It also guards against the possibility of it's got to be Buzzcrusher. All right, let's see. See if I can somehow pull this out here. They are kind of at their last land. Eventually, they're going to run out of life total activations. So we shall see. Yep. I get to play double Bonecrusher, so there's also that. Yeah, and now like they can't attack anymore actually, because if they attack, they pay 4 life, and then I counterattack for the win. Maybe we actually turn the corner. Pretty crazy. It's pretty crazy. Yeah, we actually did it. Ooh, that looked bad for a second. Maybe we don't need Hour of Devastation as much as I thought, but oh boy, the card is. Oof. Oh, actually, we do have an answer to Destructible. We got, yeah, Shadowspear. Oh boy, what was I? Yeah, you know what? Nahiri is cool and all, but I think we have to play Shadowspear. Yeah, Nahiri is just a little overcosted. I'm almost wondering about Burn Down the House instead. It's a little more powerful as a 2 of, but one problem is if I'm playing Krenko and Burn Down the House. But you know what? Burn Down the House is actually also just an excellent source of 3 jump blockers for the you-know-who. So yeah, we're playing Burn Down the House. Like it's not like a clean answer like Hour of Devastation. Even Hour of Devastation isn't perfect though, because they can play like Sajiri, whatever, give it protection from red. It says loses indestructible. It doesn't actually say anything about prevention of damage. So like, you know, yeah, maybe I'm overthinking it with Hour of Devastation, because reality is Shadowspear is nice though because it can lose indestructible turn after turn after turn. All right, we'll keep. Yeah, I don't know why I didn't. I totally forgot, but good thing at least I remembered. You know, we were able to win last game despite, and I do remember in time for game 2. Shadowspear does. This is one of the things actually I forgot to mention in the deck tech. Losing indestructible, more relevant than you might think. It does more than you might think. It really does. It really does. Okay. Alright, I'll play Shadowspear, because I don't have any instant speed thing I can really... Too bad this costs 2 mana to... No, it costs 1 mana, actually, so I could actually activate and then play Strangle, actually. I could. Okay. 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 Alright, that's a little problematic, not gonna lie. Let me stick in Double Strangle. I'll Double Strangle before this gets out of hand. Okay. Urbask. Step. I need a Blast Zone like right now. Yeah, my only real answer to that is Blast Zone. Oh, at least Blast Zone deals with both now. Oh, this is a little bit dicey here for sure. I did the planes. Guess we've got way more non-basic hate. Let's see. Oh man, I need that Blast Zone. Like eventually it's just not going to do it anymore. I think I pretty much need to hit it like right now. At least I can hold up the stomp, right? Yeah, I can hold up the stomp. So. Oh, also the burn down the house. Yeah, the burn down the house actually comes in handy. Maybe I'll hold up stomp first, and I'll play the Field of Ruin. Yeah, I'll hold up the stomp, although that could backfire. That could backfire big time, actually. It just does seem like the thing to do. Alright, well, hopefully this actually works. Okay, it did. Actually, Trample. Trample's gonna... okay, well... yeah, Trample is the problem. Although, Shadowspear, though, actually. Shadowspear, man. I can survive one more turn, although I don't think I can. I should have actually just played this and equipped Shadowspear, actually. I forgot that it has Trample. So if I reduce 3, how much is that? 2, 4, 5, 6. If I block 2, that's... well, but they do have this card here, at the very least. So... 2, 4, 5, 6, 7. Well, I mean, I gotta do this, I guess. Yeah, I gotta do this. And they've got something else up their sleeve, but I gotta play to win, right? Unless I miscalculated, no. Okay. man, the trample is definitely a bigger problem here. So the problem here. So what I can actually do is I can equip. That effectively puts me at 5 life, plus I soak up 3 damage. So it essentially kind of soaks up 6 damage in a way if you think about it, because it prevents 3, soaks up 3. So that pretty much takes care of the 1 forge, but then I got 5 coming my way the other way, and oh yeah, I guess technically I've got the frostbite. What happens if I attack? If I attack, I go and I equip Shadowspear, I go up to 5. Yeah, then I just can't. Yeah, then I just got nothing. So I got to do this here, I think. Yeah, if I would have known about Urbask, could have brought in Wear Tear. And I'm sure they got something up their sleeve. Gains Hexproof and Destructible. Oh, yeah. Yeah, needed Wear Tear. Did. Alright, keep. Alright, probably Phoenix. Play this here. So, it seems like I got the tools to deal with the matchups, but I'm just not familiar with all the various cards they play. So I gotta bring in Artifact Hate in some matchups, and I just didn't know. Should I play Cleansing Wildfire? No, I think we play Demolition Field. I do think we play Cleansing Wildfire. I mean, it is just kind of free real estate here. Just kind of is. I'm going to try to go after their red sources. And I guess if they tap out, an argument could be made. That's not tapping out. They play Spell Pierce. So many basics. A very long-term investment going after their lands. It's an investment that, we believe eventually will pay off. Well, Strangle seems very solid here. Do this here. I guess I should have played Strangle first. I don't know. It's very marginal. Well, they got more basics, but we have more non-basic hate where that came from, so there is that. Alright, hopefully they don't Spell Snipe me or something. Otherwise I'll play Field of Ruin into Mishra. Okay. Okay, okay. Definitely going after their lands. If nothing else, I'm already 0-2 to start off with, so I'm just kind of testing the water in some of these matchups here. Well, it's a treasure cruise deck. It's definitely Phoenix. See what they put into their hand here. Treasure cruise. Yeah, treasure. We are on a cruise. We are. La 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 la. We are on a cruise. Okay. Eventually they run out. And we are doing this on upkeep. Don't want to draw another basic mountain. So it goes, right? Come on, finally be out of basics. Yes, finally. Okay, well they only have red. Let's play this, because this is also just discarding mountain plus research desk seems pretty decent. Going after their mana is also a way to maybe rein in their Drake that gets super huge. We'll see. Actually, I did have Blast Zone in the last game. Actually, I just never drew it. Now that I think about it, so I did actually have an out. Actually, now that I think about it, okay, fair enough. Alright, I'm going to discard the land and the research factory. Just seems like the thing to do here. So we got Buzzcrush. I mean, to play around Spell Pierce or to play around some weird Spell Snip thing. I mean, this is. I'd rather play around Spell Snip because some kind of because this is also a pretty half decent answer to this card in its own right. Play this. La 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 la. La 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 la. They're drawing a lot of cards, so they probably have a lot of abilities to get more mana, but we shall see. Lightning Axe. Lightning Axe is a card. It is a card we have to respect. Let's hit this thing. Alright, not... Yeah, I think I'm going to hit this, actually. We are on a cruise. We are. Yeah, seems like the thing to do here. Blast zone, nice. Problem here, though, is that I really wanted Nahiri's Warcrafting, and so let's just do this. Maybe I shouldn't have cracked this into turn, actually. I guess it all works out in the end. Probably not going to discard anything here. La 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 la. We are on a cruise. Okay, sweet. Okay, I don't think I'm going to discard anything. Let's go, let's go. Cleansing Wildfire, yeah, I think that's our jam for sure. I think we can wait on playing anything else. Yeah, I'll bite. Nice. Alright, we'll do that. I mean, you know, we are Ponzaing them. They are definitely getting Ponza'd. I think that is beyond question. They are on a cruise. They are. Okay. Alrighty. Let's just go back to the drawing board. Definitely Lantern seems like a nice little, you know, thing. I'm actually not so sure about Bonecrusher in this matchup, to be honest, because it doesn't deal with the Fae, it doesn't deal with Ledger Shredder, it doesn't deal with Drake, it doesn't deal with Phoenix. At least it doesn't deal with Phoenix well. Like, sure, I mean, yeah, Strangle is another weak link because it doesn't really deal with Ledger Shredder most of the time because it immediately gets out of range. But the fact that it sometimes can deal with Ledger Shredder, I know there is an argument to be made that Bonecrusher is better than Strangle. I gotta go with Strangle though because it's better overall. Like if they play turn 2 Ledger Shredder, there's no Mishra's Bobble in Pioneer, so I have the option to Strangle back. They don't, yeah. Yeah, they will do that sometimes. They could play around it, but they don't necessarily know to play around it. Alright, well, I'll bite. I'll bite and I'll play Research Desk. La 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 la. Alright, I got a feeling I'm gonna get Spell Pierced, but I gotta play to my outs. Or they're gonna opt in a turn, or consider, or both. Well, they can't actually do both, but you know, yeah, consider, okay. Okay. Alright, we'll do this. See what dreams may come. Okay. Research Desk. Alright, the Fae. After sleight of hand, okay. Sleight of hand. I think I've got to play around to Sana's Tiebinder, which is technically Pioneer legal. So we are going to do this. And then I guess we crack the research desk, don't we? Better than playing the research desk, I think. La 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 la. La, 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 la. Okay, fair enough. Yeah, Frostbite's just not there yet. So. Alright, let's go. Yeah, that's a good one. We're gonna just continue working on their stuff. Yeah, and they obviously have a basic mountain, but still, just working my way. Yeah, 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 yeah. Yeah, 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 yeah. Yeah, 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 yeah. Da, 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 da. Part of the scene with the two more screen. I don't know if this is actually going to get there, but hey, we tried. Hey, we tried. Okay. Okay, fair enough. So if we draw a land, then we can play through Spell Snap. Yeah, it's got to be Cleansing Wildfire. Like this is the type of once in a lifetime sort of card. Okay. I think it's just too tempting to turn this up. I mean, we could get Spell Snipped, but we gotta go for it, I think. And if we draw another red source, we could try to Frostbite. Okay, fair enough. I can't say I didn't see that coming. We could have tried to play around, but it is what it is. Next turn we can try to Frostbite and Fable. Frostbiting is a little risky though, because if they double spell in response to save it, you know. So we might want a Nahiri, or do this. I'm gonna risk it, because we always have Nahiri to, you know, to fall back on if this doesn't do the trick. Okay. So should I Fable? Should I Krenko? Actually, I'm gonna do this here. Yeah, I think this is the safest bet. Because if they spell pierce the Mishra's research desk, I really don't care. This is the only somewhat kind of unique card here, so. Yeah, and we're gonna wait to do something at a turn so we can hold up the Lantern. Alrighty. I was worried for a bit. I actually got rid of Lantern, but no, I didn't think in this. Alright, so we're gonna go after this, for sure. This way we can hold up Spell Pierce mana. Oh, what is this now? Lightning Axe. Okay, fair enough. Do this, because why not? Da 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 da. Da, da, da. Yay! All right, I can only imagine the salt here. No, actually good on them. I would have felt terrible. I might not have said anything, but you know, I would have felt terrible, so the temptation certainly would have been there. So, but hats off. You know, freaking griefing. Somehow, I didn't intend to set out to do this, but it just the deck just kind of went there, and they printed this thing. So if nothing else, I got to try it out, right? And you know, I mean, I'm 0-1, so you know, I'm not celebrating, maybe a little bit because 0-1 is better, or 2. I mean, 1-2. I'm 1-2. I mean, 1-2 is better than 0-3, right? Okay, match 4. Let's keep and see how this goes. Let's see here. Okay, so they mulliganed. Yeah. If I was very positive they were going to kill they were going to play a must kill threat on turn 2, I might hold up Frostbite, but okay. All right, let's cleanse some wildfires. Cleanse us some wildfires, shall we? Fertile footsteps. Well, hopefully they ran themselves out of basics. I don't want to be naive here, but just in case, I'm going to actually field them. Just in case. But I'm sure they've got enough basics. I mean, when they're playing stuff like this, they're gonna have a good amount of basics. I don't want to crack this just yet, actually, or maybe I do. Yeah, maybe I do. Research desk, okay. Okay. Demolition Field. We'll do this. Let's do this, actually. Let's keep going at it until one day, hopefully, they run out of basics. Let's see here. Oh, there's another basic in their hand. Carnosaur, discover 5. They discovered permanent. Oh, it's this deck. No offense, guys, but I might just give up Pioneer because it's kind of the same thing as Modern. It's just kind of it's kind of different. It's kind of different, but it's kind of the same. Okay, they play a ton of basics. Do we have any actual solution to this? Yeah, I don't think so, so I'm probably just going to concede. Alright, we'll go to game 5. Okay, match 5. And sorry, I normally don't do that, but I don't think there's anything wrong with, like, there's no way I was going to beat that matchup, so. Yeah. The thing about Modern is that because we have either Blood Moon or because people just cut so many basics that, you know, that, the strip mine effects work. At the end of the day, we have the ability to just kind of interact in a disruptive way in Modern that we just might not in Pioneer. I'm not 100% sure why some Pioneer decks at least, like that one plays so many basics. Although I do know what that one because they have Fertile Footsteps, probably have Ramp. So we just have to accept we have some bad matchups. Like because in a lot of matchups, I don't really see why they need to play so many so many non-basics. I mean so many basics because unlike Modern, there's no Blood Moon to play around. But anywho's I'll do this. The reason why we're using our instant speed one there is because it's 2 as opposed to 3. Like if they play another Swiftspear, they're going to need to play 2 spells to save it here. Okay. Okay, so it's the Orsi here. We can Strangle. Oh wait a minute, what the? Okay, I guess we can't Strangle. Okay. Well, we can Nahiri. Do. Flashback 1. Okay. Oh, actually, we can't Nahiri. Yeah, that grows out of range a little too quickly, doesn't it? We need another red source, I guess. Somehow this exact sequence didn't really happen last time. What color red source? That's not the red source I wanted. We could play Krenko. But I think we just need to do this and hope for the best. Probably should have played Krenko, actually. No, actually we needed yeah. Alright, we're probably dead. Alright, gotta remember to try to hold up, I guess. Some type of interaction for that. Yeah, we know they have Indestructible. Man, do they play that frickin' Urabask's Forge? Even if they do play it, that might have been a sideboard card they only brought in. But they didn't see the Shadowspear in game 2 last time, so yeah, Urabask's Forge. The problem is this is just so useless if they don't play Urabask's Forge. That's the problem. Well, let's hope we actually draw. Maybe I didn't miss sideboard last time. Let's just hope we draw our Blast Zone if they draw Urabask's Forge, because they are kind of susceptible to the you know what. Man, it's weird to cut Fable, but actually I think Fable is kind of the slowest at finding answers, and I really want to maximize the land destruction because they're susceptible to it. This is also removal, which we desperately need. This digs a lot more efficiently than Fable, and quicker earlier. Plus it could also help us hit our land drops. So yeah, believe it or not, like Fable is an awesome card, but it's not necessarily. It's like a mid-range mirror breaker sort of. I don't think it's at its best in this matchup. Okay. Okay. I'll keep. So I might have to keep it towards the tower, in case they play, you know what. Hoplite, hoplite. Should we torch? I'm gonna torch actually, so we can hold up stomp maybe instead. Because I really want to Cleansing Wildfire. Based on last game, I don't think they actually have any more basics. I could be wrong, but plus I need to hit my third land drop for a number of different reasons. We're gonna do this. Yeah, pretty sweet. I wouldn't keep a hand probably with the basic planes already in it. So susceptible to getting Cleansing Wildfire. Okay, well hopefully I can. Let's see here. All right, well we're Cleansing Wildfiring this. Also need to draw my They have no more basics, so no reason to hold this for basic. Okay, there we go. I kind of feel like from here, it's probably where we want this to be. Da, 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 da. Okay. And I guess we'll Strangle. Next turn we can Krenko. I think this is going to be a concession. This is kind of equally as kind of uninteresting as Modern, actually, to be honest. Like, if I win, it's kind of dumb. If they win, it's kind of dumb. So, I don't know. Yeah, Magic kind of just is this way now, I guess, at least in the Eternal formats. Maybe if I really want creatures bashing together, I gotta play Standard, maybe. I have no idea. I just want to rotate all the time. Yeah, I mean, given a long enough card pool, stuff like this is gonna happen. Urabask's Forge. Should I play a couple Wear Tears? The Wear Tears, I just can't risk it, because if I get stuck with a Wear Tear in my hand, they could just kill me with a creature. I guess now that I think about it, I probably should have taken out the other two Fables. I don't know. But Fables are kind of important, though, because I need creatures to be able to get the Shadowspear game going. Okay. Six Dusk. Actually, I wonder if I should have held up towards the tower. We'll see. The only way I get punished here is Swiftspear, I think, into... Okay. Okay. So we're going to torch the tower while they're tapped out. And no, we're not going to bargain. Not yet, at least. Okay. Yeah, I guess we'll do this. Bloom. Demolition Field for sure. We got our Shadowspear. Two of them doesn't really do much. Get this. I actually think we need to hold up Torch, because what if they have that other card? I guess we do have... Yeah, yeah, I think it's so marginal. Plus, there is utility in surprising them with Swiftspear, not having it sit out. I think there's more value to be had with holding Shadowspear. I mean, with holding Torch up. What is this? Showdown of the Skalds? Okay, fair enough. So they can't play both these lands. Okay. If I can hold up, because they're going to play Swiftspear, and they're going to try to play Homestead Courage on it. I just can't resist. I just can't resist trying to whittle them down. I think white is their primary way to pump. So we're going to do this. And I'd much rather stomp than we can Nahiri if they have another one here. Well, they probably have an answer, but let's see. If they don't, I think we're in a pretty good spot. Even if they do, we got Blast Zone here. Okay. Another good reason to hold Shadowspear if we have to blow Blast Zone. Showdown of the Skull. It's pretty good in this deck. I wonder why they didn't do Homestead Courage. Because that could have actually saved them from the Blast Zone. So we have two options, hold up Blast Zone or Torch plus Nahiri. I say let's hold up the Blast Zone here. No, actually... I don't want... Yeah, actually I have to blow this now because if they give Indestructible, then that's kind of... That's a little too problematic. If they don't have another showdown. No, they do. Oh no, okay, I can live with that. Okay, I need more land destruction ideally. Hopefully. I'm going to continue holding up Torch rather than Shadowspear. There is value to be had by surprising with Shadowspear too. So this is that's a sorcery. I don't know. I guess they forgot they had a Homestead Courage. Hopefully not. Hexproof and Indestructible. Okay. I will probably try to hold up Stomp. Maybe I'll just put Shadowspear on this and block. Just being at their mercy is a little challenging, but I think this is the best way to actually survive because I threaten to gain life. I can't attack because it's indestructible. I'll gain the life, but it's just not worth it. Alright, let's see. And I think about it, I probably should have held up to Stomp. because they've got the Homestead Courage there, which they might have forgotten about. Or they're just waiting for 10th District Legionnaire. Oh, this seems like a pretty obvious block. I'm sure they've got some trick up their sleeve. Or not. Okay, I'll take that. I'll take that trade. Krenko's Buzz. Should we go for Nahiri again? They probably have an answer, but at least we have a Bonecrusher. We can. Okay, good. All right, I wanna hold up interaction. I don't want to get cheesed. They have a lot of lands, but let's see. All right, let's go after this, and I'm hoping I'm going to draw a land, so that way I can hold up Torch. Nope. So I'm going to take a minor risk here, just because I really want to be able to Shadowspear next turn. And get rid of this one here. Maybe. Oh, something big here going on here. Shout out on the skulls, okay? They play the Swiftspear out. Or favorite hoplite. Well, this is instant. Prevent all damage. Alright, so here's what we're going to do. We're going to Nahiri, and then we're going to respond by stomping. So obviously they can play Defiant Strike, or I guess not. Which one's better, Demolition Field or Cleansing Wildfire? I'm gonna go Cleansing Wildfire. I'm surprised they didn't try to save it. I'm gonna hold back. Hopefully they don't have an additional thing in addition to Defiant Strike. Maybe I shouldn't have played Cleansing Wildfire, actually, because I'm really incentivized to try to hold up Stomp and Torch, but hey, it is what it is. Alright, well, yeah, that's that. I could try to sacrifice the Shadowspear, but that's very dangerous. Dang it, man. Sacrificing the Shadowspear? Dude, what if the last card in the hand is some kind of pump spell? Oh boy, I made a mistake here. But I think it's oh, I could have sacrificed Krenko. I probably should have. Oh, definitely top. Because this way they also don't draw a card. Alright, well, good thing we got Nahiri. gonna crank. We're gonna crank. Alrighty. The nice thing about Krenko is even when we don't necessarily win the game by destroying the lands, sometimes we just get there with 4/4 flyers. You know, who would have thought? We'll see. Well, we'll see. It's not over yet. Oh, okay, it's over. Never mind, it was over yet. Okay. All right, post-league wrap-up. So, I do think that I actually kind of like this list, to be honest. I mean, obviously it helps to finish with a win, even if we did go 2-3. Kind of it's funny on an emotional level, like in a way, as long as the last game in the league is a victory, it's sort of in a way still feels like we left on a positive note. Remember, I'm still kind of learning Pioneer. I feel like with more experience, the Boros Renown matchup, we can probably have a pretty decent shot at winning. After all, we did win the second time. Now, granted, there was no Urbask Forge the second match, but we did have Blast Zone as an out for in game 3 of the first one, which we didn't see. So, what can I say? Now, Burn Down the House didn't really come up, and now that I think about it, maybe there is something to be said about Hour of Devastation here. Hour of Devastation. Yeah, see, I've already bought this card. I mean, it's like a penny rare. I don't like the non-bolus Planeswalker, although I don't think I've ever seen a bolus Planeswalker even once in Pioneer, so there's that. What I really like about Burn Down the House, though, is I like the option of getting the Devil tokens. On the other hand, since this is going to be a sideboard card anyway, I just don't see Burn Down the House being a main deck card. It could, actually. Maybe I'll try, main decking Burn Down the House in the Obosh build. Since I think the 3 Devil tokens is a very strong argument. It's a very strong pull in favor of being main deck playable. The fact that it has that flexibility, but I don't know that we need that flexibility actually in the sideboard. And even though we did have Shadowspear as an out to Indestructible, yeah, Hour of Devastation. I think there's actually more where that came from. I think Indestructible is more of the keyword mechanic they're going for rather than protection going forward. So both going forward and in the card pool already in Pioneer, I think there's enough cards that either give themselves Indestructible or have Indestructible, whatever, that I think actually this is more relevant than I was originally thinking. This could have like totally shifted the game in the Boros Renown matchup in the first one. On the other hand, do I even want to be playing this in Boros Renown? Because they can pump their cards out of range of this card pretty easily, too. I do kind of want a sweeper, though. That's the thing. And Hour of Devastations, and the losing Indestructibility is not irrelevant. It's also good against Hazoret the Fervent, although it has to be a creature. The problem with Hazoret, though, well, actually, yeah, they don't have the ability to put cards in their hand. So once it's a creature, very few red decks can just put cards in their hand at will. And so as long as it's a creature, like, they can make it go from a non-creature to a creature relatively easily from the ability that lets them discard with the Hazoret the Fervent, but putting cards in their hand. So Hour of Devastation is a pretty clean answer to that card. I see that card, I don't see that card that often, but I see it often enough that Hour of Devastation probably is, yeah, you know what, we'll do it. We'll do Hour of Devastation. It just might not come in the Boros Renown matchup, but I think that was a little kick in the pants of a reminder that Indestructibility is more common. Actually, you know what? Let's actually do a little test case here. Indestruct. And let's do this. And let's do Format Pioneer. Lag. Okay. Wow, there's a surprising amount of cards indestructible, but let's only do creature type creature. So let's see what we're looking at in the Pioneer format. Indestructible creatures. So Hour of Devastation makes it so Archangel of Avacyn can't actually save something. So this is kind of like the new Restoration Angel of sorts. So that's relevant. And if they do try to save it, I don't know why. Well, I guess if they forget to read the indestructibility clause, it'll actually wipe not only the card that they're trying to save, it won't work, but it'll also wipe the Archangel. But you know, we can't count on them not reading that, although it does happen more than you might think. I don't think I've seen this card ever see play. But top 5 cards in your library, permanent card, put it into your hand. I think this is this theoretically could see play. So this Boros, Hour Devastation deals with that. I'd be very shocked if this card ever sees play, but still can deal with that. I think I did see this card see play once. For an Aura God or Demigod card, just once maybe. I'm probably confusing with another card. Well, it deals with that. And this Battlefield player exiles cards. No card. Temple Indestructible. Oh yeah, also my apologies for conceding game 4 actually, because maybe actually I didn't think of this at the time, but with Frostbite and with and this has 7 toughness, so it doesn't work. But with between Frostbite, Torch the Tower, sacrificing like a Mishra, desk or something like that, plus like a Stomp or another shock effect, I might be able to deal with the Regisaur before they body double it. But I have to imagine they've got answers to when we target the Regisaur. I don't know. I got a feeling that we're just not prepared to fight on the access of that deck, but I could be wrong. The problem with, because the thing is they didn't ban the Discover mechanic. Like both Discover cards. They just made it slower. But our deck isn't trying to win super fast, so I just don't think we're set up. Okay, Kytheon deals with Kytheon. Four mana for a 4/4. This is so weird. It turns into a 0/1, but I guess it is hexproof and indestructible. So Hour of Devastation does deal with this, but I don't think this card. Actually, this card kind of protects itself. Actually, this is a weird card. Actually, I never in a million years would have thought about this card unless I was just randomly searching indestructible here. I wonder if I should give this a shot in mono black, because this is kind of giving me a little bit of Morphling vibes. The problem is a freaking vanilla 4/4 for 4. I just don't even know how. That's the problem. If this had like flying and lifelink or something, now we're kind of talking. But like just a vanilla 4/4. Like how much is it? Like, oh boy, you got to deal with this right now, or you're gonna lose. Oh yeah, look at this. It's indestructible. Now you can't deal with it or whatever. Like, it's giving me Morphling vibes. Except we got to remember, Morphling could I think give itself flying, and also. Back before they changed the damage on the stack rules, it could effectively deal 5 damage and then pump its toughness as much as you wanted to, so it could survive a whole bunch of combat situations. So we gotta remember, while this is giving me Morphling vibes, A, Morphling is probably utterly and completely unplayable even if it was reprinted at the Pioneer. B, it's probably just worse than Morphling in most regards, even though it is 1 mana cheaper, so, forget about it. This is a neat card, but sometimes I can't let the neat factor bamboozle me. And I was kind of getting a little bamboozled there for a second, but I don't know, man. No, I do know. This is probably unplayable. See, like, this is the thing. If you ever wondered sometimes, like, how I view cards, like, I go through an initial MHayashi phase where I'm like, oh, maybe this is an overlooked card. But I do try to self-skepticize a little bit and be like, well, okay, well, what would somebody say if I'm like, hey, look, this looks like an overlooked card. So I try to play devil's advocate with myself. And then, sometimes the devil's advocate persuades me, like it just did here. But sometimes I'm like, I don't know. The devil's advocate isn't actually super persuasive, so I'm like, I'll give it a shot, right? But not that. I don't think I'll give that one a shot anytime soon. But that you just got a little glimpse into how I kind of evaluate a little bit. Flying Lifelink, Westvale Abbey. Well, toughness is too high, so I wouldn't count on that. Does it lose indestructible or? Yeah, they lose just indestructible. So I guess if I have enough mana, I could combine with another burn spell. Oh, I have seen Dauntless Bodyguard, I think. So that is you know, a thing. Needs indestructible, Resolute Watchdog. I think I've actually, it wasn't Watchdog, but there's a similar card like Selfless Slavier or something. And so there's actually, yeah, here it is. I do see this card a decent amount. Yeah, Hour of Devastation action, man, I'm telling you. And here's that other card that we saw. I could see this seeing play in an aggro deck that isn't necessarily renowned. Because it's actually pretty good. Oh, I've seen this card for sure. It's good tempo. Because they have to discard a card. Yeah, it's a 3/1, but I mean, there's so much indestructible actually here. Selfless Spirit, that one sees play. Actually, how much time do I need to waste actually looking through indestructible cards? I've already, you know, I've seen enough. I've seen enough actually. Yeah, Hour of Devastation it is. So other thoughts here. So oops. Let's turn the quantity back to what I actually have in my collection. Okay, so let's go back. So actually, Hour of Devastation as a sideboard card, I think the losing indestructible is definitely valuable enough. Regardless of whether I end up actually. Oh, you know what I probably would do? In the Boros Renown matchup, I'd probably take out Fables for 2 Shadowspears, 2 Hour of Devastations, probably something like that. Possible just straight up Hour of Devastation is better than Shadowspear actually. Because the lifelink is nice, but I don't think they play actual burn. So, yeah, you know what? Hour Devastation. Definitely. It costs a lot of mana, but, like, I think the Indestructible is worth it. I think the 5 damage, because it also doubles as a way to deal with Shieldred. Which, even though we didn't see any Shieldreds this league, we have to be prepared to deal with Shieldred in Pioneer. It's one of the most played cards. Anyway, thoughts. Okay, Frostbite, Strangle, and Torch the Tower continue to be the most impressive burn spells in the quiver of my arrows, in my humble opinion. The strip mine effects were not as effective as I hoped, but actually, I kind of think our lane in Pioneer is still trying to be a little bit of a griefer. At least if we're companionless. I think the companionless build has got to embrace, on some level, Cleansing Wildfire and Krenko, because when it's good, it's just a little too ridiculously good, if you know what I mean. So, yeah, there is that. I wonder if I need 4 Hour of Devastations, though. But Shadowspear is so good against Lotus Field, so... anyway, Bonecrusher, I don't think you can leave home in Pioneer without it. Creature plus pretty decent removal. Fable, obviously. Nahiri continues to be my go-to big damage spell. It is a sorcery, but the fact that it's card advantage, or it's just a clean answer to stuff with 5 toughness is pretty sick, actually. Nahiri's Warcrafting, I'm really surprised this doesn't see more Pioneer play. It's so good, actually. It's so good. This is exactly one of these MHayashi cards where I'm like, okay, there's a lot of text here, but it's like, wait a minute. So this either cleanly deals with Shieldred, or if it has less than 5 toughness, I get to have like another Mishra's Research Desk type effect. Granted, it's only this turn, but I'm like, are you kidding me? This is actually pretty dang awesome. Like, it's definitely better than Rebel Salvo. Because I was actually playing this for a little bit until I searched for cards that deal 5 damage, and I'm like, whoa, this is a way better 5 damage effect. It is a sorcery, but I think it's way better. This is 1 less red mana, though, so that counts for something. Yeah, I've just been so satisfied with Nahiri. I gotta continue going with that. So one of the only questions I have is, do I want to swap Blast Zone for, like, Ghost Quarter or something to really go all in on the, Lantate? The answer is I don't think so, but it is an interesting consideration, you know. Another possibility is instead of Den of the Bugbear, I could play Tarnished Citadel, which would help get the Demolition Field game going faster. But I don't think I activated Den of the Bugbear even once, so that might actually not be the worst idea in the world. The thing about Tarnished Citadel is that Tarnished Citadel also can help me cast Wear Tear. It also allows me to pump Blast Zone more effectively. There are probably some matchups, though, where I want to get on the offensive faster, but I actually think this is a Tarnished Citadel deck. And I think one of the reasons why, there's two reasons why I think I can actually embrace Citadel, whereas I felt like I had to play Bugbear in this version before. I felt like I had to play Bugbear before because I had to have enough threat density, but there's two things that are changing my mind. One thing is that if I have enough of the strip mine effects, then I feel like that can be my way to ensure that my threats stick. Is if they run out of mana, then ergo my threats can stick, right? And the other reason is the Krenko's Buzzcrushers. They do help shore up my threat count a bit. I am obviously still a little threat light. All I've got is Bonecrusher, Fable, and Krenko. Fable is potentially at least 2 threats, but I do think it is the ability to strip mine them essentially that that is yeah, making me think we can do that. Let me see if they printed any new destroy land. Let me see what we got to work with here. Pioneer and 0, because if it's not in my collection, it can be. Let's see here. Boseiju, I don't think it's worth splashing green just for that, but that is something. Encroaching Waste, it's too expensive. Ghost Quarter is just better since I'm already working on that land so much. Autofall, we all know that card. Actually, Memorial to War, man. Let me think. Memorial to War, interesting card. I never necessarily would have thought, actually, that this is, Man, instead of Sunken Citadel actually making the fields work more effectively, what if I just play a land that converts into a land destruction card, and it also taps for red? Well, I cannot resist the MHayashi jank, let's test it out factor. Now, let's not get ahead of ourselves, though, because this only does its thing when we effectively have 6 mana, because we need 5 other lands plus this. But the thing that is really appealing to me about this, though, is that it does tap for red in the meantime. It does come into play tap, though, which is a real pain. But yeah, but the destroy target land thing that feeds into our strategy so freaking well. It's also possible Bugbear is just better because it's so nice that it comes into play untapped in the early turns. Man, being able to field and blast zone more effectively, though, like a ancient tomb that we don't lose life for land effects like that, plus it taps for red, is definitely very good. But Memorial to War can really help us clinch that whole keeping them off lands thing. I probably just cannot resist, and I do obviously have to go get these because they're not in my collection yet. I think I can't resist the MHayashi allure to at least giving this a shot, though, because yeah, actually. Anyway, all right, let's see here. Man, was such a solid card staring me in the face this whole time. I always thought it was way too expensive, but we'll never know if we don't try it out, right? These spell effects, I'm not so sold here. Peak Eruption. You have to destroy a mountain. Scry 2. Here's the odd. Vandalize. Yeah, I don't think I can resist, actually. We're going to try it out. All right, until next time, everybody. I guess, I don't know if I'm going to record next time to where I try Memorial War, but I'm probably going to try it at least one league. So at least this will be in my story, story time, kind of, it'll be a story I can tell about trying out this card, this totally jank-looking card. This does give me a total of 20 land destruction effects, though. It's so expensive to use, but the difference between this and Encroaching Waste is Encroaching Wastes is almost as expensive, okay? It's difference between 4 and 5 to tap, but the fact that this doesn't tap for red is just so infinitely worse. Because this way I don't have to cut Blast Zone. Like, I like Wear Tear. I don't think I'm cutting Wear Tear. I like being able to deal with enchantments. I like to be able to 2 for 1. I like the fact that I can cast the Wear half, even if I don't even bring in the basic planes. I need the Lantern of Loss. I need Shadowspear, the life gain, plus the losing Hexproof and Indestructible. So important against Lotus Field and all kinds of random nonsense. Art Devastation, I need a sweeper. This card also deals with indestructible nonsense. I think this card, either this card or something like Anger of the Gods. I think there's more indestructible, though, than stuff that recurs in the graveyard. But and the problem with Anger of the Gods also is it doesn't deal with Shieldred. So we'll continue trying this ridiculously overcosted sweepers. Let's just bite the bullet and play Anger of the Gods. I don't know, but we're going to try Hour of Devastation just because we're special snowflakes. But yeah, like I don't really. If it's not Hour of Devastation, I want to. Oh, sorry, the bird just woke up. But anyway, or the bird might have woken up a little bit, before, but now she's awake, I guess. But now I get to play 20 of these cards, and I don't have to cut anything here, and I like all these cards. So all right, next. Okay. Quick addendum. First of all, I have to do the Patreon shout out, which I will in 1 second. But second of all, actually, maybe Memorial to War will have to be story time for some indefinite time in the future, because I totally forgot, actually. If I'm going to reach for a very nice utility land that is probably just overall better, it's probably Shadow Skull Smashing. Because I was actually looking at my modern deck, because I'm like, wait a minute, can I put this in the modern deck? But then I'm like, oh shoot, Shadow Skull Smashing. This card potentially comes into play untapped. Yes, we have to pay 3 life, but sometimes it's so worth it. Plus, sometimes we deal with we can actually use this as a burn spell. Sometimes we can actually get a 2 for 1 or deal with ridiculous large creatures. Yeah, I just think that this is a very slept on, underrated card that we have totally already proven. I never really feel bad about this card. It's very. I think this card is very underappreciated because it's not proactive, so people are like, But it's yeah. It's very flexible. I mean, yeah, it doesn't go face because people are like, oh man, if it went face, but there's a reason. Oh, birdie. Anyway, so probably this is just a better card. Because the main thing is I don't think we need a Den of the Bugbear, so I was looking for like, hey, that's space for another utility land. But I think this is clearly it. All right, next time. Oh, and sorry, one more thing. Obviously, oh, man, as soon as I start speaking, the bird starts chirping because she thinks I'm speaking to her. Baby. Anyway, all right, thank you, Sneaks. Thank you, Dave Molina, B0812 as well, Paul Wynn. Oh, Necrosis, Adrian King. Okay, you can come out. Adrian King, Gavin Donald, Daryl, B-Train 4, Savage Ooze, Kevin Robach. Necrosis, Adrian King, Gavin Donald, Daryl, B-Train 4, Savage Ooze, Kevin Robach, Roland Stoneman, S. Robertson, HJCLAU, Urban Lopez, Jeff H. Ezekiel Smith, and Michael Patton. Thank you so much, everybody. And my bird thanks you too. Okay, and then one last thing. I actually think that I want to play Haywire Might instead of Wear Tear because just a little flexible, being that it also doubles his life gain. The fact that it can't hit creature artifacts. There's not that many creature enchantments, but the fact that it can't hit creature artifacts, is a downside. Also the fact that like in an enigmatic incarnation, they'll either get a use off of it or I have to play it proactively and give them a chance to remove it before they drop the enchantment. But like at the end of the day, the more matchups, the more chances I have to bring this in as a matchup. I think overall, make a card better. That's usually my philosophy. The fact that this gains life, it's just I think it's just too good to pass up. And the other last minute change, Storm's Wrath. I think this card is better than whatever it's called, Hour of Devastation. I know Hour of Devastation, I went over the indestructibility part. We do have Shadowspear, though, so, it is good. It's probably better than Burn Down the House, at least as a sideboard card. But, I just realized, I don't think I actually need the extra 5 damage answer to Shieldred. Not that many decks that play Shieldred also go wide. Usually they're more mid-rangey, where Shieldred's like the only thing that kind of goes on the table. And I just remembered that since we're playing Shatterskull Smashing now, we actually have, because I like having 2 answers to Shieldred, and because it's just so pervasive in Pioneer. We have Warcrafting. This is the main reason I look for this card. And then we've got Shatterskull Smashing. Yes, Shatterskull Smashing costs 7 mana to get rid of Shieldred, but early in the game, if they drop it early enough, I probably will have enough Frostbites, Strangles, Torch the Towers, or my Nahiri Warcrafting, or a Stomp. I'll probably have the burn spells to, wherewithal to make it happen. I'll know how to prioritize that over whatever else they might be doing, like a Goblin Shaman token, for example, from Fable. So, early in the game, I think I can prioritize properly, should be able to deal with it. It's just mostly later in the game when you're kind of like in the top deck duel mode where Shatterskull Smashing, like even for 7 mana, you just kind of, that's one of the draws to playing it in the first place, is you can just deal with something like Shieldred. Anyway, so I think that's it. The main thing about Storm's Wrath, by the way, in case you're wondering, like, why not Anger the Gods or something like that, because I realized, I think I want my sweeper, I think the sweet spot is really 4. I also like that this hits Planeswalkers, we don't have any. But I think 4 is really the sweet spot for sweepers, because one of the main reasons I like sweepers is Boros Convoke. Sweepers just completely give us the ability to turn the tides in that matchup. Like I've tested it. I'm not saying the sweepers guarantee us to win, but I will say that they dramatically improve our chances of winning. And I have one based on sweepers, but I will say 3 toughness sweepers a lot of times don't do it because they don't hit the Venerated Loxodons and the Knight Errants of Eos. Storm's Wrath hits all of that, hits the sweet spot, plus all the stuff that they buff. This generally that doesn't get buffed beyond Storm Wrath range, but being able to hit the Venerated Loxodons and Knight Errants of Eos, particularly the Venerated Loxodons, they come down, they usually have to Convoke, so then we get one turn where we can sweep the board, and the fact that this also hits the Loxodon in addition to all the cards that it Convoked it's very big. Yeah, again, could be other upsides. The other just thing is just there's just not that much at 3 and 2 that also hits Planeswalkers, and also hitting Planeswalkers is just a pretty big plus considering we don't actually play any Planeswalkers in this deck. So, just taking some more loyalty counters off of Planeswalker or killing it, very big. All right, I think I'll leave it at that. Y'all take care.